Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Birds on the Bat franchise recap. This time, we've got a 4-game series between the St. Louis Cardinals and the New York Mets. Mets are riding high off of a strong April, are leading the NL East, whereas the Cardinals are trying to battle in the NL Central. Today's pitching matchup, we've got Carlos Carrasco going up against Kwang Young Kim for Game 1. Top of the first, the Polar Bear, Pete Alonso up with a runner on, and he's going to launch this pitch into the stratosphere. That is a 2-run bomb way into the back seats. That is going to give the Mets an early 2-0 lead. They would tack on another run there in that inning. Then they take a 3-0 lead into the bottom of the second with Tyler O'Neill up, runner on second. He's going to take this pitch deep to right center field. Racing back is Conforto, but that's going to be over his head and gone into the Cardinals bullpen. A 2-run home run for Tyler O'Neill, his 10th of the season. Leading the Cardinals brings them back to within 1. Top of the 4, 2 out, runners on the corners for Kevin Pillar, and he's going to take this pitch down the line, fair, just past the diving Goldschmidt. That's going to bring in another run. The Mets jump back out to a 2-run lead. It is now 4-2. Almost gets cut down at second base, but he is in there safely. Top of the 5th, same score, runners on the corners, 2 outs. A lot of good 2-out hitting from the Mets as a single by Dominic Smith is going to drive in another run. It is now 5-2 Mets. Next batter is Michael Conforto, and the 2-out hitting will continue. Singles up the middle. Bader's going to come up firing, and he is going to be in time to gun the runner at the plate, saving another run. It is staying at 5-2. Top of the 6th now, 2 on for Kevin Pillar, and he's going to split the gap with this one. Runner from third scores easily, and runner from third is chugging along, and he is going to make it as well. A 2 RBI double by Pillar pushes the Mets lead to 7-3. 9th inning now, 2 outs, and Paul Goldschmidt's going to put a dent into this baseball. That is long gone, a 2-run home run, but that is going to be too little too late, as that home run is not going to be enough for the Cardinals to come back in this one. They drop this one 7-5 on the strength of Mets' 7 runs spread out across the 6 innings. Cardinals try to make a comeback late with that Goldschmidt home run, but end up falling short. Cardinals looking to bounce back in Game 2 will send Carlos Martinez to the hill, taking on Marcus Stroman. And the Mets are trying to make sure the Cardinals don't see any light of day in this game, as the very first batter, Jonathan Villar, is going to take this pitch deep to right field into the corner and gone. A solo home run to lead off the game for Jonathan Villar. And the Mets are going to take an early 1-0 lead on his 5th home run of the season. Top of the second now, J.D. Davis up against Carlos Martinez, and he's going to park a solo shot, a laser beam to left field, and gone. Another solo home run for the Mets. It jumps their lead out to 2-0 on J.D. Davis's 9th home run of the season. Bottom of the second, Cardinals trying to make a comeback. Kenny Lindbergh is going to split the gap with this line drive. That's going to get all the way to the wall, and that is going to be enough to the wall to let the slow-footed Molina get all the way around from first, as the RBI double by Kenny Lindbergh cuts the Cardinals' deficit to 1. But that would be all the Cardinals would push across in this inning. Carlos Martinez, despite the 2 home runs that he has given up, is absolutely dealing. As here in the bottom of the 3rd, he's going to get Nimmo striking out, and that is going to be his 7th strikeout in 3 innings. But he's still trying to come from behind, as the Cardinals are still at a 1-run deficit. Dominic Smith is going to extend that even further, as this single to left field is going to drive in the runner from second. Kenny Lindbergh does not know what to do with the ball and allows Dominic Smith to slide in with a double. Mets now have a 3-1 lead. Top of the 5th, 2 on, nobody out for Brandon Nimmo, trying to get revenge for that strikeout earlier, but he is going to ground into the 6-4-3 double play. Nice barehanded turn by Rondon at second, and the Cardinals avoid any threat in that inning. Bases loaded here in the 7th for Lane Thomas, but unfortunately he is not going to get any damage done, as he flies out softly to left field, leaving a lot of potential on the base pads. Top of the 9th, Michael Conforto up against reliever Andrew Miller, and Conforto is going to put a charge into this one. The Mets' 3rd solo home run of the game gives them a 4-1 lead in the 9th, and giving them an important insurance run on the 5th home run of the year by Conforto. Bottom of the 9th, Kenny Lindbergh on with 1 on and 1 out, and he's going to ground into the 6-4-3 double play to end the ball game. Cardinals drop their 2nd straight here to the New York Mets, as it's a 4-1 final. Marcus Stroman is going to be the winner here, allowing 7 hits over 6 innings. Martinez, despite his 7 strikeouts and only 1 walk, gave up 3 earned runs and ended up with the loss due to the Cardinals not being able to get anything going offensively. Michael Conforto, your player of the game, 2 for 4 with a home run and a double. Moving on to game 3 of 4, we've got Taijuan Walker going up against Jack Flaherty. Cardinals now at 15-15 are trying to avoid going back below the 500 mark early on in the season. Top of the first, Yadier Molina is still got it going on as he guns down the attempted runner trying to steal, and that stops cold any Mets threat of trying to get out to an early lead there in the first inning. Bottom of the first now, full count, 2-strike hit from Matt Carpenter is going to drive in a runner from second as they were moving on the pitch. And that is going to give the Cardinals an early 1-0 lead here in the first. Last game, the team that came out to a 1-0 lead in the first ended up winning this game. Let's see if the Cardinals can do so. Top of the fourth, Pete Alonso once again is putting a charge into that one. He is going to be out to say, let's get this sweep, New York. And he's going to give the Mets a 2-1 lead with his team-leading 11th home run of the season. Bottom of the fourth, full count pitch to Yadier Molina with the tying run on second base. He's going to check his swing, and it's ball 4. But Tyler O'Neill is going to get gunned down trying to advance on the pass ball, and he is going to be out, taking out any threat of the Cardinals there in the fourth. Fifth now, Lane Thomas is going to get robbed by J.D. Davis, the diving stop, and turns the double play. Mets defense shining there as the 2-1 lead stays intact. Top of the sixth, Mets trying to extend their lead. Brandon Nimmo is going to line one to the right side, but Paul Goldschmidt knocks it down, gets the runner at first with a nice diving stop, and that's going to stop any threat for the Mets there in the sixth. Top of the seventh now, Dominic Smith up, and he's going to line this pitch down the right field line, and Lane Thomas is going to make an amazing diving catch, keeping that ball from getting down. It could have been foul, but either way, it's an amazing out. Bottom of the seventh, 2 on for Yadier Molina, and he's going to deliver with a base hit to right field. Unfortunately, it is not going to be enough to get the runner from second to score. Bases loaded now for Kenny Lindbergh, next batter. He's going to line it to the right side. Knocked down by Pete Alonso, but it is not going to be enough. Kenny Lindbergh is going to get the infield single to score the tying run. Next batter, Edmundo Sosa looking to put the Cardinals on top, and he will do that. Although it is a ground ball double play, it does bring across the go-ahead run for the Cardinals there in the seventh. Top of the eighth now, tying run on first. Thomas Nieder is going to try to lay down the bunt to move him up, but it is too hard. Back to Jordan Hicks. They're going to be able to turn the double play to avoid any threat of the Mets in the inning. Cardinals hold on to their 1-run lead. Mets down to their last strike. Pete Alonso strikes again. Solo home run. He has driven in all 3 runs for the Mets in this game with his 2 home runs, and that is going to tie the game here in the 9th on Pete's 12th home run of the season. Bottom of the 9th, Yadier Molina up. He's going to launch this pitch deep to center field, and that's going to be over the head of Nimmo, and that is going to be a double with 2 outs in the 9th. Yadier Molina representing the winning run. Harrison Bader next at the plate. He's going to do his best to drive him in, and he gets a base hit to right field, but it is not enough to get the slow-footed Molina in from second as the next batter, Edmundo Sosa, is going to ground out to the shortstop, leaving the winning run stranded on third. We are headed to extras. Bottom of the 10th, Paul Goldschmidt up with the runner on second. He's going to line the pitch to the hole. Edmundo Sosa gets a late jump on this, but he is going to be able to score without a throw. Cardinals walk it off in the 10th on the strength of Paul Goldschmidt's RBI single with the predetermined runner on second. Cardinals rejoicing. They avoid losing their 3rd straight as they come up big with a 4-3 win. Matt Carpenter is your player of the game. He had a double and an RBI. Pete Alonso, like I mentioned before, had 2 home runs, drove in all 3 runs for the Mets as the rest of the lineup could not help out the cause. Cardinals were able to avoid dropping their 3rd straight with the win against New York. Moving on to Game 4. Cardinals are trying to make it a split. Nolan Arenado, Jacob deGrom, star-studded action as deGrom is going to go up against Adam Wainwright in this one. And it is top of the first, Dominic Smith up with a runner on second, and he's going to put a charge into this one, deep right field and gone into the Cardinals bullpen. Once again, a team strikes in the first inning. Let's see if the pattern of all of those teams winning will continue here in Game 4. Top of the 3rd, James McCann up with nobody on, and he's going to line this pitch down the first baseline fair past Paul Goldschmidt. Lane Thomas has trouble cutting it off, and that's going to roll into the corner. McCann racing around the bags. He is going to end up at 3rd with a triple, and that is a great start to the 3rd inning for the Mets. Next batter, Jonathan Villar, is going to drive him in, this time driving it up the left field line. Back-to-back hits down lines and the Mets take a 3-0 lead here in the third. Later on in the inning, Nolan Arenado is going to make sure the deficit stays at 3 with this amazing diving stop, stand up and throw. That sidearm throw, flat-footed, still hit 90 miles an hour on the gun, over 132 feet to get the runner at first. Amazing play by Arenado. Bottom of the third, Cardinals looking to fight back as Paul Goldschmidt lifts this high into center field. That is going to be enough to get the runner on third home. Sacrifice fly for Paul Goldschmidt, and the Cardinals cut into the deficit. It is now 3-1. Top of the sixth now, 2 on for Brandon Nimmo up against Tyler Webb, and he's going to line this pitch into the gap where no one's going to get it. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Tyler O'Neill cuts it off, tries to get it back in. Second run is coming around from third, and he is going to score a 2 RBI double, puts the Mets up 5-1. Bottom of the seventh, Sosa up now with a chance to do some damage. He's going to line this pitch toward the gap, but Louis Guillorme with the nice jumping catch keeps that from going to the gap. Definitely saved a run there. Later on in the inning, Lane Thomas is going to ground it to the right side, and Guillorme is going to make an easier play this time. Cardinals are not able to push across a run here in the seventh. Top of the eighth, Pete Alonso up with nobody on, 2 outs against John Gant. He's going to line this towards the hole. Edmundo Sosa is going to make a nice backhanded jump throw, and he's going to get Alonso by a step. Amazing defensive play by Sosa there. Cardinals still trailing 5-1 here, bottom of the ninth. Kisner is going to line this pitch to deep center field. That's racing back, and he is going to track it down at the track. That is going to end it here in St. Louis as the Mets pick up 3 out of 4 against the Cardinals, winning this one 5-1 on the strength of Dominic Smith's 2-run home run and Brandon Nimmo's 2 RBI double. Jacob deGrom had 11 strikeouts and 6 1/3, only gave up 2 walks and 1 earned run. Adam Wainwright has the loss as he goes 5 strong, still gave up 4 runs. The Mets look to keep this momentum going as they return home for a series with the Diamondbacks, while the Cardinals will stay home and host Nolan Arenado's former team, the Colorado Rockies. Until next time, everybody, this has been Andrew Pays with your Birds on the Bat 162 Game Franchise Series recap. And until next time, guys, stay blessed and take care.